So what is this plane of orientation? How do we record this orientation of maxilla? It sounds very confusing, right? Simple. Any object, if you want to record its spatial orientation, the tilt and position, everything, you need to have at least 3 reference points. You need to have 2 posterior reference and 1 anterior reference. Then you can easily record the orientation of that object in reference to these 3 points. So in the patient, let's say the posterior reference points are your condyle and the anterior reference point will be any point in the front surface of the face. So now you have a plane that is formed. Now these 3 points will also be there in the articulator. Articulator also has 2 condylar elements. Articulator will also have some form of anterior indicator. So you have 3 reference points in the patient, you have 3 reference points in the articulator. All you have to do is make use of this reference point and capture the orientation of maxilla, transfer it to the articulator. This is what basically your orientation jaw relation is going to do. Okay. Now let's see what a phase bow is. I told you, right, you need some form of instrument that will be able to record this and transfer it to the articulator. That instrument is your phase bow. So phase bow is basically a caliper like instrument used to record the spatial relationship of the maxillary arch to some anatomic reference point or points. We already saw 2 posterior, 1 anterior. Then transfer this relationship to an articulator. Okay. It orients the dental cast in the same relationship to the opening axis of the articulator. So let's say this is the patient's skull. Okay. We need to record the spatial orientation of maxilla. Now this is just a simple line diagram of the principle of how a phase bow is going to work. You have 2 posterior reference, one right side condyle, one in the other side, left side condyle. You have some kind of anatomic anterior reference point in the front of the face. Now the phase bow is basically going to contact the 2 posterior reference point, 1 anterior reference point. In relation to that, it is also going to contact the maxillary teeth. Okay, it is also going to get attached to maxillary teeth. Now using these 3 reference points, we have recorded the spatial orientation of maxilla. Now you remove this phase bow and you mount it in the articulator. Articulator will also have 2 posterior reference condyle and will also have an anterior reference. Now when you take this phase bow and mount it in the articulator, the part of the phase bow touching the posterior reference in the patient will correctly coincide with the posterior reference in the articulator. The part of the phase bow touching the anterior reference will also touch the anterior indicator in the articulator. Hence, this position of maxilla is now perfectly transferred to the articulator. We have recorded and transferred the spatial relationship of the maxillary arch with the help of reference points. Okay. So customarily, like I told you, the anatomic reference are the mandibular transverse horizontal axis, that is the terminal hinge axis, and one other selected anterior reference point, which I will be explaining further on. So let us look at the parts of a phase bow. So the phase bow will usually have a U-shaped frame. Okay, this is a U-shaped frame. This is the framework to which all the other parts are going to get attached. Now you have something called as the earpiece. Okay, earpiece or condylar rod. This is the part of the phase bow that is going to contact with the posterior reference point. Okay, this earpiece is part of this particular phase bow, which is, you call it as a Hanau spring bow phase bow. Okay, this particular phase bow has a earpiece. Some phase bow will have a condylar rod instead, which I will be showing later on. This is the orbital pointer. This is the anterior reference that I was talking about. This particular phase bow uses orbital as an anterior reference. Again, I will be explaining what orbital is. It is basically some point in the front of the face. So you have the phase bow that is contacting the posterior reference and anterior reference. Okay. Now this is the bite fork. This bite fork is basically going to get attached into the occlusal rim. Okay, because we are putting the occlusal rim in the maxilla, right? Then you have something called as transfer clamp assembly. So this is basically going to attach to all these components. Okay, this is what allows you to transfer everything. Okay, then you have 3 other components: indirect mounting, anterior elevator, and a cast support. So these are all components that are going to be used during mounting this phase bow onto the articulator. They will help you perfectly mount it in such a way that the part of the phase bow that is touching the posterior reference in the patient will again touch it in the articulator, and the anterior reference that is touching the anterior point of reference in the patient will perfectly coincide with that of the articulator. Okay. Now I'll be demonstrating for you these parts of the phase bow and how it works. Okay. Okay, folks. So this is the Hanau spring bow phase bow. Okay, this is basically a earpiece type of phase bow. Like I showed you, this is your U-shaped framework. Okay. Now this U-shaped framework has your earpiece that is going to get fixed to the posterior reference. In this earpiece type of phase bow, this will go into your ear, that is the external acoustic meatus, and then you have the anterior reference point, the anterior reference relator or your orbital relator. So this is going to get oriented to the orbital in the patient's face. Okay, so this is the U-shaped framework to which all other assemblies are going to get connected. Now this is your bite fork. If you notice, the bite fork has these spikes, right? So these spikes will help you in attaching the bite fork to the occlusal rim. You need to slightly heat the tips of the bite fork and you need to attach it with the 3 guidelines that I'm going to tell you in the further slides. This is the transfer clamp assembly. So this transfer clamp assembly will basically allow the phase bow to move in a sideways direction. It will also allow the phase bow to move in a up and down direction. Okay. These 3 components are used when you are going to transfer the phase bow to a articulator. This is the indirect mounting device that is used. This would be the anterior elevator or the direct mounting technique, and this is your cast stop. Okay. Now I am just going to connect the phase bow into how it is going to look when we are doing the phase bow transfer. Okay. Okay. Now I have attached the transfer clamp assembly to the U-shaped framework. Okay. What do we do? The first thing you will do is actually take this bite fork and you will attach it to the occlusal rim, put it in the patient's face. Then you will insert the phase bow to the bite fork and you will tighten it. Once you completely tighten it, you have the phase bow now completely oriented in the patient's face. This is going to get attached to the occlusal rim, and these two are going to get attached in the external acoustic meatus, and this anterior indicator will go sit against the anterior reference point. Okay, this is how the phase bow is going to look when it is fully attached together. Okay, and the upcoming slides I will be telling you what are the posterior reference points, what is the anterior reference point, and what is the clinical procedure when you attach these things together. Okay.